Yogi clan, what's up, y'all? As you can see, I am back on the Ultra Classic. Having a little bit of electrical problems with this biggie in the control area. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna pull that whole right side handlebar wiring harness out. Probably gonna pull all that out and rewire it all, redo it all. And I think while we're doing that, we're also gonna pull the bushings out from the handlebars and replace the bushings. So what do we want to talk about today? I've had a few people reach out to me and say, hey man, how'd you get the nickname Yogi? Where'd that come from? So I thought we'd talk about it for a minute. Let's roll the intro and we'll dive on in. Alright, Yogi Clan, welcome back. So, how did I get the nickname Yogi? That dates back to college. Well, it probably dates back to before college, but it started really in college. As I told you in a prior video, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I had my grandparents on mom's side come from a line of Mennonites. My grandparents on my father's side come from a line of Quakers outside of Philly. So there's a lot of variance in my background, I guess you'd say. A lot of a melting pot background of Quakers and Mennonites. And the joke we used to say as a kid from my grandfather, Pop, was, remember son, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. So growing up as a kid in eastern Pennsylvania, in our part of the world, I didn't come from Lancaster County, but we were we were in Berks County where we grew up, which is not far from Lancaster County, a couple counties over, but there's still a heavy Dutch influence in our county where I grew up and in our family, and that produced a certain accent, a unique accent, let's just say. So I went to college up at Syracuse University, go Orangemen. And when I got there, my roommate, freshman year, was from Michigan. He was from West Bloomfield, Michigan, which is a upper class suburb outside of Detroit. And like one of the first days I met him, he's like, man, the way you talk, you sound just like Yogi Bear. So like first week of freshman year, suddenly I was nicknamed Yogi. Then there was this guy that lived on our floor freshman year. His name was Duco, and he was from Sweden, and he was an art major from Sweden. So he drew a Yogi Bear giving like the hang loose, hang loose symbol. I took it to a tattoo shop and got it tattooed on my hip, on my right hip. So all throughout college, my nickname was Yogi. Everyone called me Yogi, which, I dug it. I liked it. So fast forward 15, 20 years, and the college guys still called me Yogi, but nobody else knew me as Yogi. Everybody knew me by my proper name, Tim. Then I joined a motorcycle club, or start to join a motorcycle club, and we had a cookout at my house, and I invited all the guys over, and somehow we got onto the subject of tattoos, and I think it was one of my kids said something about Yogi on my hip, and one of the guys was like, you got what? I said, I got Yogi on my hip. And he's like, nah. And pardon the cussing, but this was part of the conversation. So if you don't like cussing, close your ears for a minute, turn the volume down. And he's like, what, you got Yogi on your ass? I'm like, no dude, it's on my hip. He's like, nah, you got Yogi on your ass, and now it's stuck to you like a booger. So we're gonna just keep calling you Yogi. Okay. So then all the guys in the motorcycle club on Facebook are saying, "Hey, Yogi." And then all my college buddies are like, "Yes, Yogi still lives." So when beginning of the year I'm thinking of, starting doing some repair work, motorcycle service out of the garage, I'm like, what should I call this? I'm like, hey, how about Yogi Cycle Service? So then the name Yogi Cycle Service was born. I had a good friend who does, I don't want to say computer artwork, but he plays around with computer artwork, so he drew me up a little logo for Yogi Cycle Service. I don't know how it's gonna, I eventually want to turn it into stickers, but I don't know how it's gonna turn out on the sticker. I might have to redesign it, because the Yogi is big, but the Cycle Service is really small. But, I had a few other YouTube friends that I've made send me some of their stickers, and I really want to get some Yogi Cycle Service stickers made so I can reciprocate and send it back to my fellow YouTuber and motor vloggers and anybody else who wants one, for that matter. So Yogi Cycle Service was born, but that's how I got my nickname Yogi. It stems back to college, where I had that Pennsylvania Dutch accent, which I try not to have anymore. I tried really hard during college to get rid of that accent. And then it got carried over to a tattoo freshman year. And then when the guys I ride with found out about it, the name was reborn again and brought back to life. So that's how I got the name Yogi. So there's a quick little story for you this Friday morning. That's all I had. So I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thank you for watching. Please do me a favor, subscribe, like. If you watch one of these videos and you dig it, share it to your Facebook page, share it to Instagram, whatever. And I'll catch you on the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.